Welcome to tFLOW version 10. Before getting into a lot of the new features that are available in the user interface, I'd like to mention two features which are pretty big ones, but you won't notice anywhere in tFLOW itself. The first one is that tFLOW can now run on Linux, so that allows us to configure larger virtual machines with scalable and dynamic flexibility. For those of you that have high volume throughputs or workflows, this is great news. It means you can a lot more capability and flexibility configuring the machine performance capabilities. The second is automated archiving. So in the background, tFLOW will now move all of the unused files into the archiving in an automated form. So you don't need to set up any kind of archiving templates or anything like that anymore. tFLOW takes charge of that and ensures that your working space or working disk remains as free as possible. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the more obvious new features here in version 10. The first one is messaging. So you'll notice on the left side here, there's this new area here called messages. So if we click on that, we'll see that what we've done here with this version of tFLOW is we've now brought all the messaging into one unified area. So you can think of it just like an email inbox. So all of your messaging will appear here. So on the left side, anything that's been viewed is going to be blue, anything unread is going to be orange. And over here you have the capability to toggle between user or order job. So right now we're looking at the messages, all of the messages we have in here ordered by the order or job. So you see here, so these four messages are for this job and so forth. So you can click through here, and as you do that, as you see when you click into any of the messages on the left here, it opens up the messaging pane. So you could actually type an answer here directly. At the same time, you also have your preview on the left. So you have all the benefits as if you were inside of the job or order. So you can see here I can also open up artwork information or the job settings or the activity. So I have still the access to all the functions as if I was in the job or the order while doing my messaging, but I don't need to jump into every single job or order. So for those of you that have been using tFLOW for a while, as you know, in the past you'd have to go job by job or order by order to address all of the messaging, whereas here you can just click through here and view any messages that have been placed, as well as view the preview at the same time and go through this list. So to help you with that as well, you also have, so I'm viewing all messages here. You can also click on, I just want to see the messages from today or anything from this week, or I only want to see things that I've commented on, so my messages that I've made on different jobs and orders. Again, also if you go over here and switch to user, you'll see the messages will be ordered by the user that made them. So if a user makes multiple messages in the same job or order, there'll be one entry here, but you can see in this case there's two entries for the same user. That's because in this case this comment was made in this job 72-1 and this one was made in 73-1. So that's why we have two separate entries from the same user here. So again, really nice way to organize and answer here based on user and or job and order. In addition to these filters we have up at the top here in terms of today, this week, and so forth, you also have the tFLOW standard filtering. So if you want to filter by the unread or read state or whoever created the comment and so forth, you have all your advanced filtering capabilities as well. So again, a very, very powerful tool now to handle all your team communications as well as your customer service communications between everybody, all here in one centralized place. By the way, you can also add additionals. You don't necessarily need to only answer comments that have been made. If you want to start a new thread, you can do that. So you can click on new here and search for the number. So if I type in a number here, it should bring up a list of the orders or jobs that have those characters in the string. So in that case, I can go ahead and add one or more of these orders or jobs. And as I add it to the list, you see it'll appear here. It has an orange tab saying I've just added as a new item. And then from here, I could add another message. Okay, and last thing to mention as well, you have all the same functions as you have in the normal messaging window inside the jobs and the orders, in that you can, again, have it send out an email, choose from email recipients here, as well as make it a private or public comment and so forth. Okay, so that is messaging. The next really nice feature is the personal upload link. So as most of you are aware, that tFLOW for many years has had the what we call the anonymous upload link. So this was a place that users that are not created in the system yet could go and upload files. So normally companies would put a link on their main website to this form here that someone can go to and upload files for. Well, what happens is a lot of times that companies have wanted to have their current customers be able to use a similar type of link, and that's what we've done in this version. So what happens here now is when you create a user, the user gets a personal upload link. So as part of their user profile, it automatically generates an upload link for them. So it uses, again, this is the instance name, and then it's called My Upload, and then it uses their email address. That's their link. So if they click on that link, as we'll see here, it creates an upload form for them. So to upload, again, you can just drag and drop a file in here, and then if they want to input a PO number, job and campaign name, any additional information, and so forth, and submit the file. This will then create an order and add a job. And again, if there have been multiple files, multiple jobs, to the order for the user that has been logged in. So or not logged in, but created. So in this case, a very nice tool for allowing users to upload files to the system in those cases where the file hasn't been, or the order hasn't been created yet from the MIS system. So as you can see here, it's still going to use the same email capabilities as a normal job or order. This is also configurable. So if we go over here, you can see that in the user profile, so the user themselves can't edit it, but if you are doing this or administering this for the other users, for example, just choose any user from here, we'll see that the personal upload link, we can enable or disable it from working. And in addition to that, we can define, again, what information we want to show here. So if I don't want the customer to have to choose from splitting scheme options or input a PO number or a job name, I can unclick those and save. And now if I go to that user's link, let's go ahead and do that now, My Upload. We'll see that it's a very simplified form now. So all they're doing here is just choosing this from this list here, some information, drop a file, and submit. So again, this form here is customizable. Okay, so that is the upload. And then, by the way, you can see here the one that I had created from before. So this is the order that I had done using my personal upload link here. So you see the order comes in the same way. All right, so additional to that, we have an improved global history. So the new format here that we have in global history is much easier to read. So as you can see, it's broken up into these sections here. And not only is it easier to read, but we also have additional information. So as you can see here, we have this little envelope here is showing us that an email was sent for this particular action in tFLOW. So if we click on that, this opens up the email log. So I can actually see now what users were sent an email for this state change and whether that was successful or not successful. So again, that gives you a lot of security here in that you can see at this point here for any of the actions that initiate tFLOW alerts, what alerts were sent and to who. At the same time, you also have production queue information. So when something is sent to production, you can click on that. It says Open Production Queues. And we also are now tracking the information that was, which queue it was sent to, and once again, if it was successful or not successful. So again, it helps if you want to resend or know which printer you had sent something to last week and so forth. All this information is now available to you. The second way to check your email log, so you can do it again based on events. So you say, oh, which users got that email for the job creation? Again, you can click on here like I showed you. But let's say you want to know what emails a particular user got. You can do that as well. So if you go over here to your user accounts, you can go into any user here, and in the same way, click on the user. And then you'll see there's an additional tab now called Email Log. So what this does here is this will show you all of the emails that this user has received, again, for which events, what the header and the content of the email was, and when it was sent. So again, very nice tool to see exactly who got what, either based on event or based on user. And here, just like everywhere in tFLOW, we have a nice series of filters that you can use if you're searching for a particular email notification, as opposed to everything. Okay, so those are the main functions of tFLOW. If you have any additional questions, be sure to check out support.aleyant.com. In the tFLOW section, you'll see tFLOW history. So in addition to these new features, you'll also get a listing of any bugs that have been fixed. And one last thing I want to mention here on the production queues, same thing. So the information that we had for things that were sent to production, and I'm going to do a quick filter here just to be able to show you. So if I want to do things that were sent to production, let me pull that up and apply. So for these jobs here that were sent, if we open one up here, you'll see that in this job itself, there's this status button. So this is now not just information. If you click on it, it's also, again, same thing. It will show you the production queues just like in the global history. So another place you can also access the production queue information. Okay, so we hope you enjoy tFLOW version 10. Please let us know if you have any questions, and looking forward to your feedback. Thank you very much.